on how you can secure Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So yeah, so we'll be joining you soon. I've just sent me a message, but before then, I'm not waiting for anyone. Probably after the main event, will post the recorded video, probably online, so anyone can watch the recorded session. So yeah, I would like to share with us some brief information about the how you can secure probably your scholarship to study in the United States. So, and for those that are coming from the department, I believe that the president has shared with us that I was able to secure at least one small scholarship like that. Yes, and I'm currently in the United States now, for my graduate program. So I will be focusing my talk on graduate program, and for now, so I won't be focusing them on undergraduate. And also, I believe that we guys that are here, yeah, excuse me, we are from undergraduate. So strategically, I pick everyone that, okay, I want people probably in part 2, part 3, so that you know what to put together. So those in part 5 or those that have graduated, it's still a good session for them too. They can still learn one or two things. So yeah. Now, as an undergraduate, you guys in part 1, part 2, part 3, you still have more time. So please, I would like to know if you are hearing me. So please, can you drop a chat in the, so that I will know I'm communicating. So you still have more time, to build your CGPA, because one of the things that we hand you a kind of a scholarship is okay, thank you. One of the things that can hand you a scholarship is a good CGPA. Do you understand? A good CGPA, your experience is there. If you have publication, it's also good for you. Publication is also good for you. Yeah. And I believe that we are here, it's not that someone actually forced you, or nobody forced you here, because I actually made it to be optional. I know that we have some that we have some that's we have some that we try to say that, okay, I'm not seeking any scholarship. I believe that I can get everything in Nigeria and stuff like that. So it's not it's not a forced stuff, like forcing someone. I'm not forcing anyone. Like, it's about yourself, what you need. And if you know that, okay, this is what I need. I want to leave the state, like I want to leave the country to to go to the United States to learn one or two things, then definitely you are actually welcome. Now, you need a good CGPA, and I'm actually talking of the guys in the school now. You need a good CGPA. Any way, anyhow you can work for a good CGPA, just work for it. But mind you, don't do expo, don't do video. Okay, so try to work it. Imagine it's just for 5 years, like you are just in school for 5 years, and that 5 years will determine a lot of lots about your life. To determine a lot. If you are finishing with let me say, if you are finishing with a pass, the pass will be on your certificate for life. No one will change it. There's nothing you can do at that particular time that can change it. If you finish with let's say you finish with a 2-2 or a third class, the third class will be there for life. So no one wants to know. Probably you are hungry. Maybe when you are having your exams, or you are hungry during your undergraduate days. No one cares. No one wants to know that, you get. But if you finish probably with a 2-1, 2-2, a strong one, or you finish with the first class, it's very okay. And you don't have to look at you don't have to look at everyone that would say education is a scam. No, education is not a scam. Now, if you're looking at them that, okay, the graduate of Unilag finished, doesn't, you're just giving 1,000 naira, as cash prize. It's so sad. But still yet, you have to know that, okay, that's the graduate of Unilag. What of VOA you guys that finish? I don't, I don't know. They don't give anything. They just give you plaque and other stuff like that. When I was coming, I still met a lady. Yeah, she was going to Alabama. So she was going to Alabama too. So I was like, okay, I met her, we talked. And when I got to LinkedIn, I saw her post, even the picture I took. I was like, see this lady, she didn't even give me the photo credits. Yeah, that's like that. So she finished as the best student. Like, I think she finished as a first class student too. And she got it. It's very simple. Like I would tell you that it's very simple for you to secure a scholarship. Like it's very simple. If you can actually pay the price. Paying the price, by the time you are paying the price, no one will know. Like now, when I started paying my own price, no one knew. But when the success boomerang, everyone was able to echo congratulations, congratulations, regardless of the stress I've passed through, regardless of everything that I've seen in my life. So no one wants to know. The point now is that I got a scholarship. Even if I finish with 2-2, no one cares. If I finish with 2-1, no one cares. If I finish with the first class, no one cares. So you have people that finish with 2-2 that still got scholarship. Like it's very possible. So very quickly, I will try to diversify like the point I have here. So I'm actually holding this session because I'm having some kind of chat like, okay, Jacobian, how do you do it? How do you do that? So now I want to share with us how I was able to maneuver my way. I know this is just my own, like this is just my own how I was able to do it. So any other person might come and meet you and like it's easy. It's not like that. Do it this way. What works for me might not be able to work for the other person too. So, but if what I'm going to share, if you still follow it really good, then definitely yes, you are going to be okay. So, okay, the things you need now, I will start with the things you need. You need, I've talked about the good CGPA, your academic, you need it. Please take it serious. The association on campus is like, you have Anusa, my friend. You always join all organization on campus. We have Anusa, we have Rotariat, we have Red Cross. Depending on the one that suits your interest, we have ISEC, we have JCI. You can join one of them, one or two, even for the department activities. You can also join the activities to try to volunteer, try to have some experience. Like, okay, I have this experience, and I would like to, I have this experience. I would like to join your research team or join your board. These are what I've done so far. Now, by the um, the CGPA experience, so I will deal with this one later. Well, but the first thing is that if you want to travel out, what you need is like you need your international passport. Like it's never late for you to get it. You can just calculate it. Okay, let's say for instance, now probably you are in part 3 or part 4, and you want to, probably your course is 5 years. So if your course is 5 years, start your processing by around part 4 second semester. If your course is 4 years, start your processing by part 3 second semester. It's always good because you won't know. They might delay you. They will just tell you that there's no booklet. I think I spent like it's up to like 5 to 6 months before my was ready. I did it around 2019 like that. So I was still in school. You know, even with my busy schedule, I was only up and down. I know some of us know how my schedule was like. Just like some of you will say, this guy doesn't have life. Yeah. So I was able to get my passport then. I gave them time. I wasn't in a rush. And by the time it came out, it was like maybe November. So in January like this, we finished our part 5. And yeah, we finished our part 5, maybe December or so like that. So the new year, COVID-19 came in. So by that time, even before then, I've started sending out mails from professors. Yeah, so you need your CV. I don't know. I hope you are writing. Yeah, okay. We need a CV. So I will quickly share with us how we can how our CV can look like. Yeah. So like I'm not sharing it. I will just quickly tell us how we can do that. So now probably we can. I don't want to promise anyway, so that it won't be as if. And he said he can help us to review our CV and he's not doing it. But if you still message me, if I'm chance, I will try to see how I can do that because someone actually assisted me to review my own. So you don't do a low ranger. You try to surround yourself with folks that are interested in what's in the line you want to go. Don't just follow those people that say, okay, after graduation, I want to go and marry. After graduation, I want to go and do this. Try to find a kind of like-minded guys that can actually that will follow what you are doing. So I think that one is always better. Try to follow them. And okay, I'm opening my CV now. The CV I used. Okay. Okay. So surround yourself with folks like that. Don't just follow people that say there's no hope. There's no hope after graduation. Nigeria is fucked up. Blah 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 stuff. No, Nigeria is not fucked up. To tell you the main truth, if I'm in Nigeria at the moment, like I was so sure that I would get a job. Even there was a time I was so scared when I finished that there's no job. I was so scared, but when I finished, I began to meet some persons, and it's not that I just begin. Don't message me that I need work after event too. I don't have any job. But I was able to meet some persons, as a president, doing some other stuff like that. I was able to meet people, even going to Abuja, Trans Computing, Senate House, National Assembly. I could remember when I was in NYC camp, one of my boss called me that, hello, Lamide, can't you just move to your scholarship to next year and let's do this work together? I was like, sir, it's not movable. I cannot move this, I cannot move this scholarship. So, it's always a nice one, and it's actually what I've actually done that brought that. And I didn't meet that person directly. It was someone that actually connected me to the person. Like one of my lecturers in the department, they asked, okay, probably they need a number of the president or they need an active person from the department. And I was recommended, okay, we have this person that can do it. So people are watching you. Even when you said that the lecturers are not okay, see, you need them. Like, even if they give you F, you still need them, even after you finish. That's if you want to go through this journey, even if you are not going through this journey, you still need your lecturer. I've seen so many persons that will come and meet me after like 3 years, 5 years of graduation. They need a person that can write a recommendation letter for them, a guarantor, a person that can feed a reference letter. They can't find. A lady came ahead and it was like he came to one shop and he was telling that person to fill the guarantor form for him. And that person was like, you just finished now. What of your lecture? He said, see, leave those lecturer alone. That person said, I can't fill it for you. I don't know you before. So definitely I cannot fill your recommendation letter and blah, blah stuff. So you need them. Like, aside from the fact that I was the president of the department then, I have all the numbers of my lecturers like on my phone. Every new month, I send them a message. Happy new month, sir. Wish you the very best. That's all. Every one of them, even to the VC. Like there was a time that they were passing the number of the VC around. The VC, the Dean of Student Affairs, there was a time that the man doesn't even reply me. But it's got to a time, the opportunity, the man had to start replying me. once it's new month, you will know that this person is actually going to message me. So I keep on messaging them like that. And some of them will not reply. Why some of them replied me? Like I could also remember too, the first job I got was from the message I always send out, one of our alumni like that. I just send that message, okay, just to check up on you. And the man was like, wow, Olamide, I've been wanting to talk with you all this while. And the man called me. Within some minutes, the deal was done. And at least my first job, I started with a chinkling money, 50,000. Is a virtual work, all these organization stuff that we are doing. That was what I used to start. And I was doing it, I was doing other stuff. So now, what you are doing actually matters most. So don't feel like you are just wasting your time volunteering for organization, volunteering for small causes like that. Just do it. Don't look at money. Like anything that is not sustainable. If I give you, so now I'm definitely, I know everyone believes that I'm in school now. So there's no money I can give to anyone. But the point is that money is not the first thing. If it's not sustainable, if I give you a 10,000 naira now, it's not sustainable. Even if I give you $1,000, it's not sustainable. Like in some few months, in some few weeks time, you will spend everything. But why don't you just think of something that we keep you going? Let me say, if you get a scholarship, maybe to the US, to Portugal, you get an Erasmus Mundus scholarship, that one is sustainable. You know that by the time you are done, it's not like the academic, the Nigeria academics, that education that has been chartered. Those places you'll be able to get you get a good job for your value, for what you've done. In fact, they will even be the one to come and pick you up that, oh, you are good. We want you in our company. They will be begging you. So now, why don't you just keep and work on that? If you want to go into coding, you want to go into programming, very fine, you can do that. If you are good, if you know that you are good in such a way that people from their country cannot handle it, and it's just only you that can do it, they will bring you. Mind you, for every scholarship that you see, that for every openings, just have it in mind that over 1,000 persons are hiring such scholarship. Over 1,000 persons want to apply for it. So you're not the only one that is trying to apply for that scholarship. You're not the only one that is trying to apply to those schools. You are just giving it your try. So now, if you want to position yourself well among others, you want to stand like top among others, then you need to do something. So now, there was a time that I was so scared when I was about to go to the embassy for my visa interview, and also probably to network with some persons right from Nigeria. I sent a message to the department. Then I was asking that how many Nigerians are in my department so that I can start connecting with them. And to my shock, they said no Nigerian, that I'm the only Nigerian for the department. So we have Nigerians in another department. So which means that people that are coming from to the department are from different countries. Mind you, I didn't finish with the first class. Yeah, I didn't finish with the first class. And I've seen people that got this stuff with 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. Like once you are just sure that you're able to finish probably like 3 points and above, then you are good to go. But if you still finish with probably 2 points something, I will still try to deal with that later on what best you can do. Now, to the copy of your CV very quickly. You have your name at the top, then your address. After your address, you need the summary, like who you are. Like I always use a self-driven and motivated engineer with a resolution to work towards the development of a sustainable environment and renewable energy. So, and I put my LinkedIn page here. My LinkedIn page is like my CV. So if you don't have a LinkedIn page, please try to go and get one. Like do one. I got my LinkedIn page maybe I think when I was in part 2 or part 3. I got it. I started building it. Like if you see my LinkedIn page now, you think like, though it's not that strong enough, but at least if you still go there, you still be like, oh, this is nice. You still read some of the things I'll be able to achieve. Even if I organize a little program in the department, I will still put it there that I organize a program in the department, and I will tag a name, maybe a program coordinator. It helps a lot. And I could remember when I applied from this same school I'm going to, someone from the school was actually used probably a kind of hidden account. I was just like, someone from so school viewed their account. They viewed my account close to like 4 or 5 times, And when I know they keep checking my account, so I keep updating my account, try to see how I can improve it. No one went mediocre like in this team. If like I could remember my pay power team, I have so many persons I removed. Even though I was not paying them, it was a voluntary work that everyone was doing. But you don't need someone that will drag us back. Yeah, on my LinkedIn page, I'll drop that later. So like I don't want a mediocre like that will be giving me a lot of problem. Like I don't want people that will not be like not be active. Do this one and they are sluggish. Just tap on this and like it becomes difficult for you. Little information, like little instruction you can't follow. Then we are not good to go together. I remove so many of them. So that's just it. For compared to people that want to pay your scholarship of over 20 million, 30 million. So in Nigerian money actually. But it's not easy for you to just drop money like that, especially if you are going to a stingy person. they want to scrutinize and see that you are really fit for it. We have other people from India that want to come. There are other people from other countries that want to come to the US. Everyone wants to come to the US. So definitely, if your final destination is US, then you have to work. Myself, initially, I was not planning to come to the US because I was like, why is everyone going to the US? What's so special here? But it's God with that. It's God that said I should come to the US. So and I'm here now. So now after the summary, you have your core skill. After your core skill, so depending on what's on your field, I'm an engineer. So I put like design of experiments and data analysis, proving teamwork and leadership skills, proving oral and written communication skills, model-based problem solving skills. So that's how I was able to tailor my own CV. I will just try to see some minutes, please. I'm not sharing my CV, so you have to ask me that I should share my CV. Yeah, so this is it, the summary. So probably if you watch the recorded session later on, you can just take a screenshot. And so I have my education. My education is this. Okay, let me. Okay, I have my education. So BSc, OND, then that's how you tailor it. So now, depending on the course you want to go for, maybe you want to go for environmental engineering course, you want to go for mechanical engineering course. So your undergraduate course, you can see the cursor here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But for relevant courses, I try to put the relevant courses I've done. You see, that also aligns with the course I'm going to do. So forget the fact that, okay, I'll be making use of agric engineering mostly as my example, because I know agric engineering. Assuming you are in agric engineering and you are in soil and water option, and you want to do something on processing. Actually, you've done courses on processing before, and no one knows if the option you've done is soil and water or processing. What they just know is that you finish as agricultural and environmental engineering graduate here. So the one that will now tell them that, okay, I've done this course, soil and water conservation, soil mechanics, hydrology, environmental treatment and disposal of waste, technical report writing, statistics for engineers, engineering analysis, design and research projects. So they won't know. Now these are my publication as at then. So I didn't even have any publication then. So I just updated this one now. So you can see this Adeumi. This one was actually published during my NT and my name was not there. So that's why I put research work here. Research work, like the man just acknowledged us alone. So I put it here. And this was the second one. I was actually working on this and this, then two. So, and now the two has been published now. So now the relevant experiences. So you have your experience that you can also put there. I put the aspect of the research assistant. I was working in the department initially. So undergraduate research assistant. I also put this one. This undergraduate research assistant was for my project thesis. So you try to know how to tailor your CV, like the things you've done, even if you've just actually taught your classmates probably on some courses, some tutorial, you took some tutorial, you've done something, you tailor it very well. Like you can put it on undergraduate teaching assistant. Like you've done it, you actually teach and you just try to find the right words to use. So it's not like we are all the same. Like we started somewhere. So these are undergraduate design and develop the biogas reactor. This MVP with capacity of 500 liter and output of massive. This one, na keg I use. Keg movie design. And if you see this one now, you won't know that that's what I do. But actually, it's 500 liter, output of 115 liter. So design an experiment study on the drying process and kinetics of a conductive O2 dryer from a spark drying. So that was my undergraduate project. So research assistant, further agriculture, this one was my ND, what I did in my ND. Though it's not always like this, research the substrate needed for anaerobic digestion, na lie. This what I did. I worked on, though this is true, but like the way I coin it is just that the coin is so sweet in the mouth, like it's so sweet in the hair compared to what I did. I work on optimization of poultry breeding system. We brood chicken, like chicks rather, and those chicks from day one we brood them to 3 weeks. So now the substrate needed is at the feces of the chicks. So now we pack the feces, and it's what is needed for anaerobic digestion. So I was actually looking towards energy section on biogas before. Yeah, that was why I put this one there. So assuming that now that I will be working on poultry, I will have just put that, okay, I work on automation of poultry breeding system. I will align it with what I was doing. Now engineering internship. So this is my intern, like at Midge Farm doing my part 5. I put it there. I also work at research intern too at Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria. So you see, these are my volunteering experience. I have to shorten all these experiences. I know that it's not that I'm lying about it. It's on my LinkedIn. The evidences are there, pointers. This was the company I was working for before. Deputy coordinator. I got this after my graduate. This Ivemude United Nations. Join this program. They always held them on campus. Mude United Nations. Join them. Global Goodwill Ambassador, GGA. You can join direct on LinkedIn. Africa's Ambassador, President, Fellows, 0 to 1 IPAT leadership program. Join all these things, Tashela, GLP, Millennium Fellowship. If you are still in school, apply for Millennium Fellowship, class of 2022. Go and apply. It's UAPU, is a United Nations listing. Electoral committee, campus ambassador will be kind initiative. And I have so many things here because the CV has to be 2 pages or less. That was why I have to do it like this. Affiliations, affiliated with Internet Society, SPE, join SPE, go and redo your pledge, pay your money. Red Cross, American Planning Association. You can also join this one on LinkedIn too. Member Retired Club, for OAU, I was a member. NSC, Nigeria Society of Agriculture Engineers. All of you that are in engineering, once you are paying your this thing, you are paying your once you are paying your what's it called, your annual due, definitely you are qualified for it. So do well to pay it and put all those things in place. When the conference is coming, okay, I think that's all for this thing. I have to change. Yeah, thank you for that. When this thing is coming, what's it called? Conference, participate. They want to know that you can do these things, and once you do them, there's a way it actually helps you too. So that's that on CV, and yeah, that's how you do it for CV writing. Now for your transcript, you need your transcript. Transcript is very important. Like there's nothing you can do without transcript. But I think now for the schools that are very slow with transcripts, I said I've been applying since part 5 for semester. part 5 first semester. You had me right. I'll be sending messages in the best capacity I can do that then. So, okay. I don't want to share my CV actually. Yeah. So, that message actually distracted me. Yeah, I said I'll be applying since part 5. So definitely my transcript is not yet ready then as at part 5. So what I did was this, for OAU and for probably other schools, I know you have a kind of e-portal whereby you can what's it called? Whereby you can get all your results. You can get them. So you can, since most of the schools will be asking you for unofficial transcript. Any school that asks you for official transcripts, if you have the money, you can go ahead to send the transcript to them. But if you don't have, like we don't have money like this, you always go for schools that require the request for the unofficial transcript. So that's what we always make use of. So I downloaded my e-portal. Once you use system, you can download the page as PDF. And after I downloaded it, the head of department then, that's the professor there, I didn't want to mention him. He assisted me, he stamped it, like I just tell him I want to use it to apply so that it will make it a kind of official. He first check it with my results, and once he noticed that, once he sees that it was the same, then he lets go. He stamped it. He gave me a cover letter. As I'm a student of the department, I attached the cover letter to the front. So I scanned everything back again. I turned it to PDF, and that scanned as my unofficial transcript. And that's what I use up till when I got this scholarship. That's what I use. I use that as an unofficial transcript. So now that I needed the official transcript, so I've applied. You can imagine I've applied since I've started the application since December 2019, and now, okay, I submitted the application finally, I think February or March, when I got my statement of results. Yeah, so, and after that, up till now, I think they just send it now. They just send the transcripts to where I am. And this is July. You can see March, April, May, June, July. So if you want to apply, for instance, maybe you finished your statement of results is not yet out, definitely they can give you. So we now wait for 5 good solid months, applying for nothing. The fall session is gone, the spring session is gone. You can't apply. No school is actually taking anyone again. And the more you finish, the more your chances, like the farther the year you finish, the lesser the chances of you getting one, because they believe that the minds that are just coming in now, that they are more solidified, like they are more knowledgeable than the old folks that have finished for a very long time. So you need something to prove to them that though I've finished for a very long time, I've took courses on Coursera, I've took courses on what's it called, on LinkedIn. We have LinkedIn courses too. So like you must be able to tell them that, okay, I've been able to position myself. If you can't take courses, I've been working, I have this experience in so field. I've been working as volunteer, so something. Don't let anyone deceive you. You can still get it. So now for the transcripts, so you use that, just scan them, and you have that one as your own official transcript. You can request for a cover letter. The cover letter will cover everything, like is a graduate, that's also person, the graduate of this department, you understand, and his transcript is under processing. And that's all, and you stamp it, and that one will serve as your unofficial transcript. So till the time you get the scholarship, you can still keep using that. Till the time that your statement of results will be out, you can keep using that transcript. That's the scanned one. You can keep using those ones. And I think the new system for school now, I think for OAU, seems to be faster now, since they've tried to change the system to TDS. Excuse me, they are not using the ETX again. So yeah, and after that, I will now go to the aspect of the recommendation. So please, transcript is very important. Passport, CV, transcript, you have to start working on those stuff now if you actually want to get it. Like, yeah. So you can also get, okay, before I go to recommendation, you can also get your English proficiency, the letter of certificate of English proficiency. All the schools always give it. You can just try to find a way of how your school gives that. OAU always take, I think, 2,500 naira for them to give you that certificate. So you go to the SUB, pay the money, then go to Senate. You apply, give it paper, you fail, and after 2 or 3 days, that one is faster. So you don't have to worry that it's within a week you finish all that processing and you get your English certificate. Just have that in your file. It will also be important too. Your recommendation, you need at least 2 solid recommendations. Yeah, you heard me right. 2 solid recommendations. Recommendations are not from your family, not from your family members. They want your lecturers, like the people that knows that you actually work for them. And most of the time, they request for 3 recommendation letters. The third one cannot be probably from your manager, your boss in the work, if you have started working. But if you've not started working, then definitely you have to get 3 lecturers. Now, if you are assuming that you've listed the schools you want to apply for spring 2022, the application will start probably September. You'll resume January. And for fall, the application will start. I know you resume August, so I don't really know when the application will start around January, February. So you resume July, August, like that, yeah, depending on the schools you want to go to. Yeah. So that one is very important to me. So your recommendation letter, you need them, like at least 2 recommendations, and at most schools will request for 3. Like the school I'm going to now, they requested for 3. Now, let me now tell you the good part of it is that the people that fill my recommendation letter, they are strong people. Like the dean is one, my HOD is one, and I think like a mentor in the US is also another one. So I have the option of picking any lecturers. Like I told you that I have been building a good relationship with the lecturers. I'll send them a message, happy new month, I wish you the best of it, and I'll put my name at the bottom. That's all. Every month I will keep sending that. Like this Muslim week that they are having now. If the person is a Christian, I'll just say, okay, happy holiday. Alhamdulillah. If it's a Muslim, happy Eid Mubarak. I'll give them like that. I'll just send them a message that. So the more they hear the name, the more they see the name, they will know that someone exists. It's not that you are just in the department, just like, if you anybody more me, don't want anyone to know me. Let them know you. It's when they that's when they can recommend some stuff to you. When I was there, at least my HOD even recommended some Nigerian postgraduate program to me like that. Let me I'm not applying to anything in Nigeria. And I have a friend that actually got that stuff. He's fully funded. He give her money. She's currently in UI now. The lady is doing very fine. I was like, I didn't have applied. The man said NYC is not a requirement. Just apply. You just apply. I didn't want. So these people, they have the link. Like they've been able to climb the ladder. What you just have to do is just to climb the ladder, just to climb their back and let them back you for you to also get to where you are going. You always say, you understand? For you to pursue to a draft doesn't mean that you will not grow. You still grow. You still maintain your height. Pursuing for a draft doesn't turn you to a draft. It's just what you need that matters. What you need where you are going. That's where matters most. I'd like to see if that guy is okay. He's not yet around. Don't climb my back. Okay. Okay. So now you need a recommendation letter, like a good one. Your part advisor is very harsh. I know your part advisor is very harsh. Mine was harsh. It got to a time that if the man hears my name, there's a way that he accords the kind of respect for me. You can also tend the respect too. It's a kind of good relationship. Maintain a good relationship, a good connection with them. Even if you've graduated now, I have a friend like that I always say that. Since graduate courses you took us is now assisting us now. I could actually match them with the real life idea, and it has been a wonderful time. And also you are trying to cope with the weather of things in the country. So I just want to send this message just to appreciate you for investing knowledge in us. Thank you and God bless. Olamide during the class of 2019. Yeah. And you send this like that. So you can start with that kind of intro, you know, and every month you keep sending them because you need recommendation. As we are applying to 20 schools, just two or three lectures cannot be filling the recommendation for you. It got to a time that one of my recommender said, "Let me this school will apply for English. You can apply. Now. Don't just throw them to me." And I was like, "Yes, I'm feeling. I have so many applications that I sent out. So you filling over 30 applications, it's kind of much. So for a person, and it's not easy for them to just sit down and keep on filling recommendations. So it's always a taxing one. Your recommendation carries a lot of weight. Like the kind of person that recommend you, the type of words they put there, it's also matters too. So you must make sure that what the lecturer is actually feeling. You want to make sure that what the lecturer is feeling is actually okay, because they will check it out. Like, okay, this thing is actually like is this person a good person? Can they recommend him? Can they talk of him very well? Then good. That's when they will know that okay, you are good to go. You get, compared to someone feeling for you that they ask that your English proficiency, the person puts fear, the writing communication fear, oral fear. That time by in fact you think like, oh, after you've submitted a good application, the recommender will just spoil everything. Some of you will be saying that it's not possible for anyone to do that. It's possible. Like we've seen cases like that the recommenders will be like, go buy. And what they will do is that they will make sure that they prepare you very, very well. Because when you are there too, you also prepare them. You are that guy when you are in the school or when you're in the class, you always try to give the lecturers a problem. So they are also waiting for you. They know that you come and meet them. The lecturer gave you B, even when you deserve A. You saw him on the road, you didn't greet him. You saw him. It's Nigeria. It's not another country that you don't accord respect to the lecturers. You saw him coming. You didn't even say, hey, let me help you with your bag. Even if the person will say, don't worry, I can carry it. And most of our Nigerian lecturers, they really like that stuff. When you carry their bags, oh, you're welcome, sir. Where you are going, you don't just keep quiet. You talk, you involve the lecturer in communication. How was the night, sir? It was fine. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. The weather has been so hot, so I hope you enjoy your night. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, sir. Okay, you are having a class now. Talkie. They can't harm you. No one can harm you for talking. Next time when he sees you, you know that, oh, that's the guy that always talk. Talk. Don't let anyone put something in your in your mouth. Recommendation letters are always some are always soft copy and some are always hard copy. So now this is the idea. What some persons always do is that for me, when you are filling your application, they will request some schools will ask you that, do you want to upload your recommendation letter or you want it to be a soft copy? So once it is soft copy, it will be sent to the school. Like it will be sent to the person's email directly. So the person will fill it. You don't know what the person is feeling or stuff like that. You get. And once it's hard copy, then definitely probably the person cannot be the hard copy, or you'll be the one to copy the hard copy. But some schools do not even allow you to even see it at all. They make it secretive, like it's only the lecturer that can feel it, but they will notify you when the person feels it or not. So that's why you want to, someone actually asked that question. That's why you want to make sure that you feel it very, like you have a good relationship with the lecturer. Now, for you that will be applying to several schools and you want your recommendation letter, maybe this is what you can do. You can request for a recommendation letter from your lecturers, maybe from 2 or 3 of them. So they can write you one recommendation letter. Once they write it for you, it doesn't matter if it's in PDF. If it's in PDF, it's cool. So and once they've append their signature on it, you convert it to Word. PDF and convert it to Word. Just mypdf.com, pdfonline.com. We have so many. Just type it on Google. How to convert PDF to Word, to Microsoft Word. It will bring it. Convert PDF to image, bring it for you. So subject the document into it, then convert it to Word. And once you convert it to Word, it can open on Word and it can also open on CorelDRAW. What you just do is that you try to edit the name of the schools that you want to apply to, edit it, and send the recommendation letter, and that's all. So so you won't have to bother any form of lecturers that, okay, please let me take for recommendation, if the person feels like he's so busy like that. So, but I know for the department I came from, they are always jovial, and they attend to us sometimes because they know that it's about life. Like, you can imagine now, if my dean didn't. But I'm not telling you to go and meet Dino. You just go and meet him that Jacobian said you fill the recommendation letter for him. You might not have your time because you can't compare the years of investment with him to yours. So if you want that too, you can start to build a good relationship. You can start somewhere. You understand? You can start from your people. Now, the next one I will talk of is the standardized test. We have the standardized test. We have the GRE. We have the GRE, and we have TOEFL, and we have IELTS. Yeah. So this standardized test is just like to test your ability to be able to, for them to ascertain that what you've actually acquired, the result you've acquired is yours. Even if you are having a lower CGPA, it's always encouraged, being encouraged that you take GRE. So if you think like OAU is a mad school, that they've given you a CGPA of 2.1 point something, and that's not what you deserve, that you actually deserve a 5.0 CGPA, you still have the opportunity of proving yourself. You can prove yourself through GRE. GRE is Graduate Record Examination. So they have materials for it, for you to prepare. You can actually register in probably in an exam center. Okay, please hold on. I think I have Mr. Joseph here, Mr. Joseph Babatunde. I want to make you a co-host. Mr. Joseph Babatunde is a Erasmus Mundus Scholarship Award winner. So, so it's such a privilege for us to have him. So he also tried to. I'm not seeing you. Please, can you type in? Can you send a message to the chat box? Yeah, Mr. Joseph. Yeah, send a chat box. Send the message to the chat box so that I can make you a post so you can speak when it's time. Yeah, thank you. I'll be expecting the message. Please send message. Sorry, please. Okay, so your standardized test, so you have the option of proving yourself, like, and not all the schools actually require GRE. But if you know that your CGPA is low and you need something to boost it up, what you can use to boost your CGPA up, you have your standardized test, you have your publication. So for the undergraduate that you are seeing in school, please, your publication is very important. Don't let anyone tell you that don't You can make sure you work like on your publication. I know some of you, when you came back from COVID-19 break, you met me in school, you met me in the lab, maybe I was working. I know some of you have like, even when I've gotten the scholarship, I was still in the lab. I slept in the lab for 3 months. All of you in that same lab, I was sleeping there for 3 months working, even no more than 3 months. So, and some of you feel like I can't sleep there. Go and sleep there. So you have your publication, and work on your publication very well. On your research thesis, your undergraduate thesis, do it in such a way that you can publish it you need your publication. Experience is also needed. You need your experience. Maybe the experience can be like volunteering, um, a particular field you want to work at. So all those ones are actually what you can use to patch um your your low CGPA. Like me now, I have low CGPA, so I needed most of these things to patch it up. Yeah, I have a low my CGPA was 4.15. If you don't know, so it's kind of low, but I just have to patch it up with all these things. But it got so good, I didn't take GRE nor TOEFL. Now for the GRE, because of COVID, so it was waived because of COVID, and that was how I was able to apply. And because I've been working on some research, yeah, so I was able to get a research assistantship. So we have, okay now, so I will soon get to financial aid. Now that's where the scholarship aspect will come from, because I know you don't want to pay the money, like you don't have the money to pay. But if you know that your parents are having the money, like on your way, like 50 million naira to spend, definitely why won't you go ahead, like 50 million naira, 30 million naira, 40 million. If you have a kind of statement of account that can cover that, then you are good to go and you can defend it. So yeah, I will talk on how you can. Okay, if you want to publish your, before I leave that side, if you want to publish your undergraduate publication, number one is that speak with your supervisor, like your undergraduate supervisor is very important. Go and meet him that okay, you are interested in publishing your undergraduate work, and if the person asks you that why, probably to know what is actually pushing you. You tell the person that okay, you need it so that you can use it to that you want to proceed further for your graduate program, probably in abroad, just 30% abroad. So now, you doing that, number one is that you've been able to secure a potential recommender. You'll be able to secure a potential recommender for you asking that question for you asking that question from your for you going to your supervisor, excuse me, to tell him or her that you want to publish your undergraduate thesis. Even if the person did not ask you, if the person tell you that go ahead, before you leave, tell him that okay, that you want to do this because it's right, it will be needful for you when you're applying for your graduate program. Right? The person will say, oh, okay, you want to apply for a graduate program. That's fine. If the person asks you that which school or what school, okay, that's for now that you are still trying to put everything in place. But if you have the name of the schools and just say that, okay, these are the schools that I'm looking up to apply to. And the person can even recommend, okay, you can try so school. Maybe I've met Professor so there before. And that's how things work. No one knows anybody. Like, it's just one day that we all meet the new people that you are working with that actually need our part, all right. So that's how you can publish your publication. So the supervisor will put you all right. So you just pay some little money for your publication. But if eventually you need assistance or you need collaborator in terms of the publication of your undergraduate work, you can always reach out to me. We can collaborate for your undergraduate work. You can just turn into publication and we publish, you gain, I gain, you gain our benefits. Yeah. So for the GRE, there's a particular score that they always require. Like, okay, you must have so number, and you must have so grade for this school. For that school, you know that if you are going to Harvard, if you are going to Oxford, then definitely the GRE score will probably high. So we see you have schools that are not even in the Ivy League universities, but their grade, like their requirement is still high. Like this school I'm going to, the requirement is always high. But when people are like, you didn't write GRE and they accepted you, it's a lie. But because of someone, anything can happen. Oh. So because of me, they waive it. Next year, they might say they are not waiving it again. But this one, then I don't waive this one, and I don't enter. So like my TOEFL, I didn't write TOEFL. Like the TOEFL is a test of English language, test of English or foreign language. Then IELTS is international English language test, blah blah stuff like that. So I don't really know the full meaning, but you can TOEFL and IELTS. So if your school is requesting like you to write TOEFL, like it's part of the requirements for the graduate program. Then you have to write it. So that's the TOEFL and IELTS. So, but for some schools, I'm sorry for the gasping. It's just past 4 here, so I have to wake up in the middle of the night around to 3 a.m. So yeah. For the TOEFL, okay, yeah, for the TOEFL, most schools we tell you that if you take your undergraduate courses in English language, so that you are qualified for waiver. And some of them will tell you that if you take your undergraduate in an English speaking country, that you have the option of they will waive it for you also. Nigeria is an English speaking country. English is not our native. Don't miss this one, because on the portal they will ask you that they will tell you that they are waiving it for native speaking country. So Nigeria is not a native speaking country. But if they say they are waiving it for English speaking country, Nigeria is categorized under English speaking country. So definitely that's where you'll be needing your certificate of English proficiency from your school. So all the schools you always have, so they will give you. Even if you are not needing it now, go ahead and request for it. Like, just pay the little money and have it. The reason why I say you should have it on time is this: when I applied to this school I'm going to, they requested me then that I should send my certificate of English proficiency for them to waive it for me, or I go ahead to write Duolingo, TOEFL, or IELTS. I don't have money to write all these exams. Though I've been trying to prepare for them, maybe to write them initially, before I got to know that the school is waiving it for English speaking country. Then I went to the Senate, with all my documents, get there quickly. Please, I want to do this, write a English proficiency for me, like that they can't give me until the Senate approve my result. Are you for real? Like, I need this thing. Like, my admission is at stake. I need this thing. They said they can't do anything. Like, Jesus of Nazareth, is this my school? But I was able to maneuver my way through it. Like, I won't tell you that, but I was able to maneuver my way. It was not Senate that actually gave me. I actually went to meet another person that they were able to write a letter of attestation or recommendation for me, stamped it, and I was able to submit it. So definitely, if I don't know anyone on campus then too, then that's all. Mind you, when I go to the campus, I don't know anyone. Even when I became the president, I don't know anyone. It was probably when I was trying to wrap up, and that was when I started to meet new persons like that. Yeah, you should be able to require a request for English proficiency as an undergraduate. Like, just tell them that you are still an undergraduate and you need it to apply for so. So you can try it out for OAU. You should be able to give you probably one. But they always tell you that as a graduate that they need your statement of results. And that one will always be available after the Senate has approved your results. So now if you go there, you can just tell them that you need it to apply for something. So definitely might be favored and you'll be given. Okay, that's that about GRE. Most schools always require GRE, like they will requirements for you to get scholarship. GRE is always a requirement, but nothing is too difficult for God. Like, I believe, if you also believe that nothing is too difficult for God, then it can be waived too, and you can get it. We have some guys that got it during this time, and they are good to go. They got it for funded, so they are good. But the chances of you getting it is on a scale of 3. On a scale of 1 to 3, it is 1. You have 1/3 if you don't have GRE. Like, you have to do some additional work. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about how you can get this financial aid. You have to do some additional work. Now, if you have English standardized test, English proficiency, then your GRE. So definitely you are 2/3 ahead of others. So for you not getting it, though we have cases of people that don't even get it, even when they have GRE, even if it's GRE. Why don't they get it? Is because they are not well informed. If you are well, like you that you are attending this session now, this morning session, I know it's not easy for everyone to attend this morning session. Like it was initially evening, but because of the plans here and the other stuff that we have to do, we have to shift it. It's not also easy for personally me too. So 3 a.m. is not easy. I'm meant to be sleeping. So it's 2/3 of if you have GRE, 2/3 of 3 that you are going to get it. So if you have it, definitely I don't see any reason for you not to get the scholarship. Yeah, if you are with me, I know you'll be thinking that okay, how do you get GRE? How do you write your GRE? You can start preparing for your GRE from your you with first class, you with 2-1, even you with 2-2. The GRE always have 5 years before it expires. So if you write it in part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, part 8, part 9, just kidding. So you still have four good years to use it. So there's no way and for a particular year, you have probably like 2 sessions that you can use to apply for. So you are still good to go. Like write it, start preparing for it. After the exam, you can still subject yourself to night class, always night reading. It won't kill you. It won't kill you. Let mosquito bite you. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You get so you try to write it. The money for the right for this, I think, is like money is like is between 50 to 90,000. Yeah, 50,000 to 90,000. So I know for you to write the exam of 50 to 90,000, you want to prepare very well for it. Like you want to really prepare for it. So you don't want to fail it. Even for your TOEFL too, you want to fail it because I know even if you are a modern go safe, you find a way of at least you have to balance it up and stuff like that. So now after that, I will go into the financial aid now. The financial aid, how you can secure your scholarship. I'm trying to see Mr. Joseph Babatunde. I'm still here to see you, please. So yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to check. Okay, not yet available. All right now. So for your financial aid, we have different ways at which you can actually get your funding. Which one of it is that's Erasmus Mundus. After you have put all these things together, then the financial aid comes. The financial aid is where I always tell people that getting admission is always easy. I got more admissions. I got in the UK, I got in the US. So UK US was my main focus, was my major focus then. So no matter what, like you will still get admission. It's just that the funding, but you don't want to pay the money. So definitely you want to, okay, I'm here to see. So definitely you want to it's not TOEFL is not a must, but you must know that the school you want to apply to, that they are actually accepting that. Some schools don't accept that. They will still want you to take the TOEFL too. And okay, yeah, for the financial aid, most of them will always put it in such a way that your financial aid must have GRE. Like they will say that okay, you must have GRE for you to have the financial aid. Now, before they can ask you that you need your GRE, we have different forms of assistantship. We have teaching assistantship, they call it TA. We have research assistantship, they call it RA. And we have graduate assistantship, that's GA. So now the teaching assistantship, as the name implies, I said the other time that even if you are teaching your classmates, like Isaac, now that I know, I always take tutorials. In fact, you are a good fit for this thing. And even if you are just taking tutorial in your class, just teach just 1 or 2 persons on something. Madam, you don't teach. You're not telling like you can teach. It's because you can. That's why you can explain things to your friends. Even if it's just explanation to friends, then definitely you can teach. So you have teaching assistantship. Teaching assistantship, their work is this. You'll be assisting the professor or the lecturer or the department in teaching their undergraduates. The undergraduate courses that you've done here. So they believe that since you've graduated, then you'll be able to teach the undergraduate courses, maybe like biology, chemistry, physics, little courses like that. You just go to the class, you come back, and we have, so they will pay your school fees, your tuition fee, health insurance, stipends, just for you being a teaching assistantship. So it actually varies. Some of them will give you 100% scholarship, and some of them will give you maybe like 85, 80. It depends on on the money that the department is having. So we have the RA2, that's the research assistantship. Research assistantship, as the name implies, you'll be working for a professor or for the department on a particular research. So there will be a lab that will be dedicated to you. Assuming now you are working with, let me say, you are working in the food processing lab, or you're on a research for maybe one of the lecturers that are in the food processing line. So what you just do is that in that food processing lab, they will try to create a table for you. The way I have that table, then they will try to create a table for you there. So that will be your office. You can always work there, take your readings. It's not like the fabricated reading that we always do back in. This one is standard. Like they are spending a lot of money on that research. So you don't want to fuck up, or you don't want to, I'm not going to use that. You don't want to disappoint those people that have put their trust in you. So for the RA, okay, yeah, I'm talking about the financial aid now. The financial aid, yeah, I'm actually talking about the financial aid, teaching assistantship. So you can get the teaching assistantship. Then the research assistantship is also there too. So you can get a research assistantship from the department. Some departments will tell you that you don't have to message a professor before you can get it. Why some of them will tell you that you should message the professors in the department for you to get a research or teaching assistantship, to get assistantship. We also have the GA, graduate assistantship. Like that one is just for like administrative, you're helping them with administrative work, and they'll be paying your money. So, for a graduate, you have 20 hours to work per week. So that 20 hours, you will take the whole of 20 hours from you. You won't be able to work. So definitely you'll be here for your school and your research. So when you are now done, anything you like with your life, you cannot do it with it. So, but for the meantime, you are still in school. So you try to, for the meantime, you are still in school, you try to abide by those laws and you work for them. Now, how do you get a TA and a GA or RA? It's very simple. When you go to a particular, we have a lot of universities here in the US. If you are coming to the US, we are, as it applies to the US, it also applies to Canada and I think UK school too. So you can always try to model on what I've said for US school to Canada or to UK, but I'm more familiar with the US now. So now, for you to get a RA or TA, you send a code email to the professors. Now, once you go to the school website, number one is that you go to the school website, you see if they have your program. If they have your program, that's number one. You pass the first step. Number two is that you try to see if any of the lecturers are actually, they call them faculty. So if you see faculty, it's also referring to the lecturer. So you don't try to get confused with that. You click on the faculty. So you try to check through the faculties. You see the one that is working. Maybe this one is working on robotics, so you don't want to go to robotics if you are not a coding person. You see this one working on automation. If you are not good, probably in engineering, you don't want to go to automation. You see this one working on mathematics. So if you are good in mathematics, you want to go there. So you see this one working on maybe processing. So if you don't want any form of calculations, you just want to be taking readings and stuff like that, you want to go there. So depending on your research interest, so you can message the professor, a prospective professor. Just go like, you will now be a prospective research student. So now, lest I forget, I want to read out. Please, no one should tell me to send this to him or her. Like, I want to read out the mail I sent out to my own professor, the mail that got me my scholarship. Yeah, so I will read that. So the stuff is still loading. After you go to the department, you check the course they have. After the course they have, you check the lecturers that is working in your line. You get the email of the lecturers and the name. So what you do is that you send email to okay. Okay, I sent the mail on the 7th of January 2021. You can see that it's very fast. So I applied for this one. That was when I sent the mail. So I will read them. I will read the stuff once I'm done with this. So you send the mail to the professor that, okay, you are interested to work in the lab or to work in this research area. That's for the research assistant stage. That you are interested, that your work aligns with his or her work. So, and you'll be able to try to prove it. So once I read mine now, you'll be able to, poster it together with your own point. Like, okay, if you are interested. So I always advise people that if you try to marginalize what you are doing with the SDG, it's very important. SDG is Sustainable Development Goals. If for adventure you don't know for now, we have the 17 SDG of the United Nations: zero hunger, no poverty, death and well-being, quality education, gender, renewable energy, climate action, up to 17. You can't tell me that with everything you are doing, that you don't have at least one SDG that aligns with your own goal. Like in my life, you always have one SDG that aligns with your own goal. So please try to locate that SDG, Sustainable Development Goal. Just type it on Google. It will bring it for you. Or I think I can also assist to also, I can send them, I'll be able to send them to the group chat. Yeah, but Sustainable Development Goal, we have the 17 goals that you can if you are in sciences or pharmacy, you have good health and well-being. That's your line. If you are in agriculture, you have zero hunger. If you are in civil, you have infrastructure. If you are in maybe electrical or energy, you have infrastructure. We have clean and renewable energy. So we have up to 17. So you always find your own place there. So you just try to link what you've been doing with the SDG, and it will also assist you too. Now, after you send that, you send it ahead. And most of the time, the professors will not reply you, and sometimes they will reply you. So this is it. You can always track your email. You can track your email. If you send the email to someone now, you can track your email. Like, let me see the one I'm using. I use Mailtrack. I use Mailtrack, Mailtrack, Mailtracker. So that's what I use. So the icon is this. Let me show us. So once the lecturer opens the stuff, yeah, that's it. Like a Mailtrack settings. So that's what I use. Yeah, that's what I use. You that you're in pharmacy too, you are still in good health and well-being. Try to go and check for the SDG. I know one is particular to you. So we also have the zero hunger too. Maybe I know you are start dealing with drugs, you are dealing with well-being. So you are good to go. And it doesn't really matter that it has to be zero health and well-being. You can actually link, for the person that asked the question, you can actually link this, what's it called? You can link maybe SDG 8, which is work something like development is about work and work development, like like yeah. So you can link the work that in order to ensure that people use less drudgery, maybe use less drug to actualize a kind of work, blah blah stuff, depending on your research interest, that you are working on a particular energy booster. That's you are combining your work with any of the SDG we fit in. So yeah, so you can use Mail Tracker to track your mail. So and it will only work on the system. Use Mail Tracker to track your mail, so you know when the professor opens it. So the professor will open, if once they open the mail, it will send a notification to you that so person has opened your mail. So I don't know. I would have actually show us the example of it now. Like it will bring the notification for you that so person opened your mail. So it will tell you the time they opened the mail. So you know that, okay, this person has opened my mail. So after 2 days, if you don't hear anything from the professor, you try to do what? You try to send a follow-up message. And if the follow-up message, the professor read it again and no response, you do what? We move. We move to the next person too. Like some persons will message you, I know, okay, and okay, for you to get a research assistant too, some person will always say that, okay, I'm having a new position, assistant professor, that I'm assuming the role of assistant professor. So the person that is assuming a position of assistant professor is a potential supervisor for you, is potential funder, like that will fund your graduate school. So the person is a potential person. So LinkedIn is the best place for you to get such stuff. You know, you always see such opportunities, so many persons on LinkedIn. So you can connect with research, you can connect with lecturers, depending on the schools you want to go to. Once you type the name of the school, it will bring everybody that has the email that is using, that is from the school. Send a request to them, you know, follow them. Once they post something, you'll be able to see it. And once you see it, you apply immediately. The best place you can see it, Twitter is there now. Though they banned Twitter for Nigeria, yeah, Twitter is there. Twitter, LinkedIn, WhatsApp status is one of the good stuff. Though I opened one opportunities corner when I was in part 5. That was my project for Millennium Campus Fellowship, MCN. Excuse me, that I actually asked people that are still in school to apply for. So MCN can apply for it. So I've been sharing opportunity and updates. And I know that most people have been trying to apply for it. While some persons are still waiting for the best time. No, you're not using LinkedIn Premium. Since the day I'm using LinkedIn, I've not used LinkedIn Premium. Like I'm still using the normal LinkedIn. So in fact, my premium is still there, it's still intact. I'm still waiting for the best time for me to use it. So yeah, you don't have to use LinkedIn Premium for the person that asked that question. Yeah. So now they always put it there that they are looking for assistantship, research assistantship that can work on blah 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 stuff. The name that we will put on the project, it should be an ambiguous name, like then will be like I'm working on cyclic blah 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 something, you know. It will be a big name. You can just like maybe the separation of some particles. You just be in the lab, you know, you'll be playing, separating particles, you know, take your recording, do this, and that's all. That can be all the work you'll be doing. Just that the person is not chance, the person is not chance. They don't have time here, like the kids say they don't want you can do, there's no one that will want to do all those work. The work are kind of art. So no one, you know, we that we are coming from there with the experience, nothing seems hard to us. So we can always do it. So you can just try to quickly copy that line, paste it on Google. See, the best friend you have now is your Google. Paste it on Google. It will bring everything for you. That, okay, this so. Someone has actually worked on that stuff before, so you see it. So you'll be able to coin your word around it. Don't just send a blind email without the little research. And be always ready. Let your CV, your academic CV is not work CV. I've shown us the CV format. Just to maximum of 2 pages. Some of them will even tell you that they want 1-page CV. You understand? But if it's not stated, the maximum page is 2 pages. So you can see the way I put read more here. So the read more, if once they click on the read more, it will take them to my Google Documents. So see, if you are using online stuff, it will take them to Google Documents, and the Google Documents they will see all my stuff there, all my CV, like 7-page CV. They'll be able to see. So if the person is really interested and want to read more, once you click on it, you'll be able to say, oh, okay, he has done this, he has done that. So this is a kind of way that I actually developed myself. I didn't see it anywhere because I was like, how will I just make use of 2-page CV with everything I've done in my life? I need to put, like, they need to know that I've done this thing now. Will I just do it and keep them under my bed? No, they have to know I've done it. So I put the read more. So if a person is really interested in me, the person will click on the read more. They will try to find time, like and they will try to find time to look at it. Yeah, I've actually showed the format of the CV. The recording will be available probably. You can just check probably my LinkedIn page, Twitter, or my Let me check. I think I have one YouTube stuff. I can just, I think it's very easy for me to upload on YouTube. I'll upload it on YouTube. Sorry, let me quickly do that. I want to see so that I will tell us where we can get the recording, or probably our friends that that are unable to join. So immediately we are done with this, I'll be uploading it on YouTube. So anyone can actually check it up. So that's what you do, and you just keep your eye out. We have schools, is a full-time work. Like getting a scholarship is a full-time work. So don't let anyone like, you can't do it. See, you can actually do it. It's possible. You understand? You can get it. If me, Olamide, can get it, you can get it. Yeah, I don't know anything. I'm telling you to be candid. Me that I write O level 5 times. No, it's no. You can get it. You only write your own level one time, and you have A. I think I even have A. Probably I don't have any A. I just have one B. But the rest C. So you know that you are good more than myself. You are intelligent, so you can get it if you believe in yourself. So now that's how you can get your TA and RA. So I said I'm going to read. Okay, I want to check what's my name here. I don't even know my name here. I want to try to see. So please, some minutes, please. I will tell us the name now. Okay, I'm not used to this. So this is it. So I will read. Let me quickly read the mail I sent. Please, I would like us to try to listen to this very well. Like the mail I sent then to the professor, that he got interested. Normally the man is not meant to take any graduate students, but God actually favored me. Okay, you can just type Durudola Olamide on YouTube channel, on the YouTube. So you see it, Durudola. So please, someone should help me to do that and see if you see any name, Durudola space Olamide. So please help me to try and search that, Durudola Olamide. If you see it, you see my picture, Durudola space Olamide. So before I upload the stuff there. Now, this was the mail I sent out. I sent, dear Dr. I am Durudola Olamide Isaac, a graduate of Agricultural and Environmental Engineering, Obafemi University, OAU, Nigeria. I finished my undergraduate study with a cumulative grade point, CGPA, of 4.15 on a scale of 5.0, second class upper. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, so that's where I will upload the video, the recorded session after this. So please, you can always tell anyone that if like they should hear it, maybe someone that is giving up, tell them go and see it, that they can actually get it too. So now, second class upper 83%, and as the best graduate, top 1% in the department. Don't be scammed with that, anyways. So if it doesn't matter, so just try to know your own self. But before I put up this message, I've tried to go to the website. I've seen what the person is working on. I noticed that the person is working on, I still type it on my WhatsApp here, on biological materials, preparation and processing, food engineering, post-harvest technology, renewable energy. That was what my supervisor was working on. I was like, okay. So I already copied it, put them here. So since I already have a format, the mail I always sent, so I just try to revamp it. Now, in the department, I will continue now. So, sorry, let me retake again for the sake of flowing. I am Durudola Olamide Isaac, a graduate of Agricultural and Environmental Engineering, Obafemi University, OAU, Nigeria. I finished my undergraduate study with a cumulative grade point CGPA of 4.15 on a scale of 5.0 second class upper 83%, and as the best graduate top 1% in the department. Now, the next paragraph. As the world is finding solutions to the negative impact of global warming and its dilapidated environment, agriculture has proven to be worthwhile remediation of these challenges. Thus, partaking in research to enhance the sustainability of agriculture by products has been my inclination. This drives my interest in joining your research group at Dash University. My research interest aligns with your research focus: biological materials, preparation and processing, food engineering, post-harvest technology, and renewable energy. You understand? So that was his research interest. So my interest as an undergraduate my interest as undergraduate focused on sustainable development goal 2, 4, and 7 in brackets: zero hunger, quality education, and affordable and clean energy, respectively, which made me develop skills and develop an MVP for the conversion of bio-waste to gas recycling for a rural community, which was selected by Solution 17 Innovative Hub as top 17 finalists across Nigeria. Under your tutelage, it will be a privilege to use my technical and laboratory skills to advance sustainable agricultural development, coupled with my agricultural and environmental engineering background. Currently, I am working on research with Dr. Dash and Dr. Dash in the Department of Environmental Engineering, Obafemi University, Nigeria, on Dash, and Dash, respectively. I also worked as a research student for the development of some semi-automated portable box brooder. So I put a link. That was the one I showed you that my national diploma supervisor uploaded without putting my name, which was towards mitigating the effect of waste in society and the planet at large, thereby enhancing the use of renewable energy. I am applying to the graduate school, MS Biosystem Engineering, for fall 2021, and humbly seek your conscience to be my supervisor while contributing my quota to your team and elevating my skills from seasoned lecturers in your prestigious university. I have no reservation to learn a lot from your lab. Please kindly find my attached CV and transcript for your further consideration. I am not ignorant of your tight and schedule. However, I will appreciate your response as I look forward to hearing from you soonest. My brother, my sister, that was what I sent. Like, see this same mail, I've been sending this same mail to different professors, but I got one then. That one said I should go and apply officially, that is very interested in me. I didn't know how to apply officially. I was like, how will I even sent a mail to her that, how will I apply? That was very daft of me. So probably I will have been here since maybe January, you know. But I didn't, I later missed that one out, because then I was not even interested in coming to the US, because I was like, why is everyone shouting US? I want to go to other country. I feel like going to China then, actually, because of the technology. So, but after this, and after maybe like 2 days, he replied me and said, hello, Mr. Dudela. He is holding an administrative position now, and is not taking graduate students. He's not taking graduate students, but however, that he is intrigued, that he was intrigued by what I wrote, by this thing I just read to you now. He was intrigued by it, and if I'm considering to come in by fall 2021, which is for August, that I should let my application comes in the next 4 weeks. Until then, in the next 4 weeks, so that I can start my visa processing. Right? Just like that, visa processing. And that's how we started. So now, and here we are. The man, everyone was like, it's not possible. The man cannot take you in. He's not taking you in, doing that. But it was favored. My red paper was favored, and God favored me. So now, please have this at the back of your mind. This is just the mail I sent to the professor. So after the mail, you need to write your SOP, statement of purpose. Why are you interested in that course? Now, this statement of this email that I sent to this professor, It's different from statement of purpose. This is the type of email I always send to professor. I have email of, I can't even remember. I know that this email particularly, I will just try to edit it and send it across. So now, any professor that likes it, they will come, and that's how this one actually came. But once you are writing it, always try to use Grammarly, please. For grammatical error, use Grammarly. Try, you can type, get the keyboard on Play Store. I use Grammarly keyboard. It corrects my English, like my grammars. Don't just send blunders to prospective supervisor. Don't waste your chances. Try to work for it. Like check Grammarly if download the Grammarly on Play Store. Install it as your keyboard. Let it start correcting your English. Like once you type, it will correct it, and so you just subject all your write-up to Grammarly. It will help you to correct it. So by the time it's corrected, you just send it. So if you are sending it to a UK school, Grammarly has a UK keyboard. I think it has a US keyboard. I think probably US or Canada. Yeah. So you can always pick the keyboard where you want it to go to, because there are some spelling that is not applicable to UK and it's applicable to US. So you don't want to mix them up. Try to make use of Grammarly. It will assist you. It doesn't turn you to Olodo. It doesn't turn you to anything. Me, I use it, and I won't lie to you. That's part of what assisted me, to be able to put my English together, and that's how we are here. So use Grammarly. That's how you get your financial aid. So as I've said, I think, excuse me, someone is asking, financial aid processing comes after admission. Most of the time, I've told you, I've just finished how you message prospective supervisor, like that you want to work in their research lab, so that they should take you in. So if they are interested and if they have funding available, they will take you in, and they will know that you are working in so area. So if you have a publication now, you put your publication link in it. So the person will be able to click on your publication link and see. You can even shorten it. Use bits.ly or qt.ly, cutt.ly. Shorten the link so that it won't take much of your space. Shortening, or you can use hyperlink. Excuse me. You can use hyperlink to denote it. It will also tell the person that, oh, this person is kind of sand. This person is sand in using Microsoft Word and probably document like that. So it's also a kind of great fit for you too. Now, if you want to you can also message the department. You can message the department for likely funding. Once you message the department, just tell them that you are a prospective graduate student of the department. You also put your interest there, that you like to know or ask for financial aid that is available for graduate students in the department. Most of the time, they always fund PhD. PhD is always for like 90% of them will always get funding for PhD. So now if you are going for PhD, and mind you, you can use your undergraduate like BSc to straight PhD. That will be 5 years. It's just like the same thing. 2 years of masters and 3 years of PhD. So there's always PhD. So if you want to go for PhD like that, you probably need your publication, and most of the time it doesn't really need. And you need your GRE too. It's also important. You can apply for your PhD directly. They will fund if funding is available. They will tell you that funding is available, and they will give you the funding. That's for the department, and some schools also have fellowship that they give too. So now that's how to maneuver it. What I've just said now, I know that if some persons have such information to themselves, like how they can try to maneuver their way and get going, they will have actually surpassed where they are at the moment. So please, you don't want to take the information lightly. What I've said is very simple to say, but it takes dedication and dedication to actually do. It takes dedication to actually do that. So please, let's try to do that. This, my friend, is I am not seeing Babatunde here. Yeah, you got Erasmus Mundus. For Erasmus Mundus, you don't need GRE, and I think the application will be out. Will be open by September. So if you want to apply, yeah, it's going to Portugal now. If you want to apply for it, always try to check out September. But before September, you can try to put your documents in place. Your passport, international passport, is very important. Don't say that you are still an undergraduate and you wait. No time to wait. Just try to do what you do on time and get what you want to get. So I wish us the very best. I would like to know if there's question now. If there's question. Okay. I'm going to unmute. Okay. Let me try to see. Okay. Okay, Farmer Kings, you can unmute yourself. I can't hear you clearly, please.
Okay. I will. Just a moment. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, thanks so much for the opportunity. I'm so excited for you taking this upon yourself to enlighten us. I'm so grateful. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So I want to ask about that aspect of financial aid and application itself. Is it after you've gotten admission that you now start messaging those professors and know that they should help you with finances and
No.
that?
Okay. Is that the only question?
Yes, basically for now.
Okay. Let me bust your brain. I have a friend. I have a friend. I have a friend now that has applied for spring 2022, like for next year. Your daughter at me. The application is not yet out at all. The person has messaged the department that she is interested in. In fact, the lady even applied for her boyfriend because the lady already got admission and her visa has been approved already. So she's trying to see if she can move her boyfriend to maybe to get a scholarship. She messaged the department on behalf of her boyfriend. So I don't know the reason I'm saying that. So for those that are following Shaku Shaku, don't follow Shaku Shaku. Follow like-minded, like good people. Follow them. Let your part be known. So now for that, she messaged the department ahead that she would like to know if there's financial aid. And when they will reply from the department, I think the HOD said that he will circulate the applications around the department and see if there's any funding. That if there's any funding, that they will get back to her, that she should go ahead to apply. The lady don't apply. She has paid the application fee. The English proficiency, she has gotten it. She got everything already. Like the GRE was also waived for the department too. So it's always like it's not after you got the admission. You might have applied, but the aspect of like in some schools, you always tell you that you don't have to message any lecturer, that if there's funding, if funding is available, that they will give you. I know of University of Alabama like this. If you apply very fast, you'll be considered for scholarship. That's if you meet up with the this thing, with the requirements. So if you meet up, then definitely you get it. Now for the visa interview, someone asked on the group chat that how was I able to get over the visa interview? I don't know anyone at the visa interview. But what we just did was that I think we have a platform whereby we do mock session. We ask ourselves like what's like we ask as if we are in visa, we are in the front of the video. So we ask ourselves relevant questions. But oftentimes, if you are having a kind of full funding, it's always easy. So it's always easy for them to don't really have to bother yourself. Like me, I was only asked 2 questions during my visa interview, and like the first one was like the woman just said, okay, I can see that you're going to so university for your master's in biosystem engineering. I said yes, and she said, what will you be doing after your program? Yeah, no, that's number 1 question. And the second question is that what is my research thesis, like my research work? And I told her I'll be working on automation of blah 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 stuff. And he said, okay, she approved my visa. So basically, if you have a scholarship, they don't always give you problem like that. But if they don't have, and most of the time, they can also ask you that, okay, what was your undergraduate course? why are you going for this course? Just to ascertain that you are the one that applied, and they will have read your containers. Once they see that, no, me, I don't tell you before, say, yes, maybe like, but actually, when I got it, I was like, I have to get this thing. Everyone was like so eager, like, I have to get it. So, but if you don't get the funding and you want to fund yourself, then definitely there's also another session for it. So if you get that, you can always message me. You can always message me for. Why are you asking if I'm for MS or PhD? Is there any difference? Yeah, I'm from MS. I'm for MS for now. So definitely, once you get it, just try to message me. I'm always available. See, just type my name on Google. Olamide Dola. It will bring you. It's either it take you to my Facebook, LinkedIn, or Power page. And once you take you to Power page, my phone number is on Power page. So my name is always there. I think probably the first page safe. I'm not boasting actually, but you always see me there. So you can always send me a message directly. For adventure, you don't have my contact directly, or you don't want and you want to actually reach out to me. So I would like to know if there's any question before we end the session. Okay, Daniel Ufemi. Okay, you can unmute yourself now.
Okay, thank you can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Michael, you
thank you very, very much for the opportunity. Like, it's really great you sharing all of those things with us. So I want to ask, for everything you said, like, is there a kind of pattern supposed to follow to actually do all of these things? Because you mentioned a whole lot of things, and to me, I feel like it's too much. So is there a particular order that we are supposed to do all of these things? And the second question is that, hello?
Hello, yeah, I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, the other question is sending a code email to the lecturer or the professor. How do we get the mail of the professor? Is it always on the page or on the school website? Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, you said number one is the pattern to follow, and number two is the mail of the professor. Okay. For that, the pattern is always simple. Number one, get your passport, national passport. Number why the passport is being processed, get your CV, get your CV ready, get your transcript ready, your recommendation letter. Try to meet the lecturers that will be filling it for you. Also, try to what other things? Maybe your publication. Try to check if your department, the department you want to go to, requires you to take GRE or take TOEFL and stuff like that. Like you can start preparing for GRE and TOEFL. Though, as I've said, that the chances of you getting it without TOEFL or GRE is very slim. So please try to prepare for it as if you want to write it. So it's better you prepare, and later on you're not using it again. Like me, as I've said earlier on, I was preparing for it. Like I have it in mind that okay, I will do that during my service year. That the money I will try to put together that I used to pay it then. That was my intention. You get so, but as the stuff proceed, I noticed that I was not going to need it again. So I just let it go. If I even got an headset then for my TOEFL, that's the IELTS that I'll use to practice. I've downloaded a lot of videos to watch, like how to pass the test. So fortunately, I didn't need it. So everything, but I've prepared it that okay, what if I will need it? So that's how you have to prepare that. So, and after that, you try to check the schools you want to go to. And after the schools you want to go to, yeah, okay. Okay, Mr. Joseph, I will unmute you now so that you can speak on the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Okay, and after that, you know the school you want to go to. So once you know all that, and you can go to that's the pattern for you to follow. and you will have typed your code mail. Don't forget, I told you to use mail tracker for you to know if your mail is being read or not. So you won't just be waiting, like like an aeroplane at the seaport. So you won't be waiting like that. So now for the email address, you always find the lecturer's email. You always find the lecturer's email. What's it called? At the website. Once you go to the school website, go to the department, faculty, for all the faculty, you always find their email address there. Their email is always there. So, okay, it's fine. Mr. Joseph is saying sorry that it's coming late. So we've been expecting you since morning actually. Sorry, that's Joseph. Okay. So I want to try to unmute Mr. Joseph for okay. Joseph Ogunshetire. Okay, please, can you unmute yourself now, Mr. Joseph? Hello, Mr. Joseph, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Mr. Joseph? Yeah, let me check again. Sorry. So probably when he's back, he's going to, I want him to actually talk on the scores and how he was able to get the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So like that, yeah. But in case of, we probably his network is not okay like that. Yeah, so that's that. So the pattern is always the same, and the mail is always Mr. Joseph, if you are hearing me, your mic is muted. So I don't know. Your mic is muted. So you can try to unmute yourself. So yeah. But with everything we've discussed, I believe that if you also follow the same format, you definitely get it. So it's simple. If you are still in school, just try to take it serious. Don't give up like exactly everything has come. Because last we said maybe get maybe get anything like that. So, but it's fine anyway. Okay, I think Michael is raising up your hand. For me, let me unmute you. But I'm not seeing Michael yet. Okay. Okay, Michael, you can talk. You can speak now. Just unmute yourself. Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. Sincerely, I'm so glad. It's just as if it's for me. All right, please, my question is, because while you are speaking, I was just overwhelmed because I believe if this information has been for a while now, it would have really go a long way. While talking about the CV stuff, like I just want to ask, I have like 3 questions. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. I have like 3 questions. The first question is that while talking concerning the CV, for me, for example, now I'm in past 5 already, second semester. Now talking about the CV, if I look at it personally, my CV, if I write anything on my CV, it really goes a long way. Can that really affect in regards to applying for such scholarship? That is the first question. Can I go on with the other question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, the second question is that, can you also help us with possibly some of these schools when the application will be out so that we can be able to apply?
Okay.
All right, and the third question is that we were talking the other time concerning you can either apply for either the master degree program or PhD. So my question is that what's the qualification for applying for the masters? Is there any, can't I just go for the PhD program other than the master? Is there anything attached to it that can actually qualify someone to apply for the masters or the PhD?
Okay.
That is the question.
Okay, that's 3 questions.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. I want to also see if you have any messages in the chat. Okay. He said, Mr. Before I continue, Mr. Joseph said he can hardly hear me, and he said he's in a noisy place at the moment. He said he just wanted to be part of this at all costs. And he says some scholarship requires writing motivation letter. That's SOP. Can shed more light on that? Yeah. So that's like SOP motivation letter is very germane. And also he said any question can be directed to him. He will reply via chat box. So if you are having any question as regards Erasmus Mundus scholarship, like probably the country it covers, how you can take it, please quickly drop the messages on the chat box. Yeah, it's going to reply. So please, Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Yeah, please try to send a message. You won't be able to speak because it's in a message, please. Mr. Joseph, thank you so much for time. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So now, as to the question that was asked by Mr. Michael. So he was asking that CV that is in its final year, and maybe there is no much experience that is going to put in the CV. But that's even nice. So you won't have a bulky CV, and you won't be convinced like I was convinced then on how for you to shrink your CV. Yeah. So at the moment now, well, I don't know, might have, as I've said earlier on, you are going. They know that you are just graduating, so they believe that you won't really have so much experience. I could remember when I was applying for my visa stuff like that, and when someone actually see what I was writing, like, you mean, Olamide, you've done all these things? How is this possible? This is not possible. Don't you rest at all? I said, you're going to rest a while. You don't rest like that. So, like, it can be a kind of, it doesn't matter. And we even have some person that they don't even do anything. But you have some key position that might have handled. Like maybe you are still in part 5, you still have some committee you can still take part in. You still have some association that can still take you in. That's good. You can just try to do some programs. In fact, you can also organize some programs on your own too. Maybe some academic program that you know that it will inspire others. I know that even when I was done with organize one SPSS to like that. You don't have to spend much. You don't even have to take the teaching. What you just have to do is that you have to be maybe like the initiator. Like, okay, you're having this idea, meet the necessary person that can do it. Everyone wants they want a high profile. Like, okay, they've been able to teach so person. You understand? So definitely you can what's it called? You can actually do that for the CV aspect of it. Your course, your experience, the little stuff you've done. You can take tutorial. If you can't take your classmate tutorial, try to see maybe part 4, maybe part 4 for semester, part 3. Oh, part 4 for semester is never around now. Part 3, part 3, part 2, part 1, and try to give them some courses, try to advise them, and most especially your undergraduate project is also important. Try to take it try to take it more very serious and be working in such a way that you want to post it, you want to post in there, so you want to publish your paper. So if you have that at the back of your mind, because most of my friends then were like, what is this publication even necessary for? Is it useful at all? Yeah, it's useful. Like if you publish it, it will give you a kind of high chance. And also when the application will be out now for spring, I've mentioned it earlier on that for spring, my application will be out by September, maybe September. Even from starting from now, say some schools have started receiving application for entry of 2022. I was speaking with a friend today. He was telling me that he also got an offer, and he'll be starting for spring 2022 too. Like, so to get your scholarship already, he has gotten he has gotten the approval already that okay, you'll be applying for PhD. So it's settled already. So you don't have to wait. Like, don't even wait for me that I should even send it to you. I always term it, I'm not referring to you now, I always term this thing as, you take it, if you are serious about it, you don't have to be frustrated. A friend also messaged me, then I told him that, see, guy, you're not yet frustrated. If you are frustrated to some extent, you just say that you just want to get out at all costs. So you don't have to be frustrated with all with the whole system, with the education. But if you really want to get the best for yourself, you want your education to move faster, and you want everything to work well for you, and you are considering a graduate school, then definitely the best thing you can do is that just give it your all. If you are still under the care of your parents, fine, congratulations. You still have the time to do all these things before they tell you that, goodbye, my son, goodbye, my daughter. Now you are a graduate. You can do anything on your own. I still know that at least the first year of your graduation, your parents will be like, okay, the issue of the country, they will be taking care of you. But you have to quickly take it up yourself. Like during the COVID time, I was always on my system. If you see how they will complain, they're always on the system, they're always on the phone, stuff, blah, 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 stuff. I know what I was finding. Now, when I got it, those people that were complaining that I was on the system, then they are the one rejoicing with me. They are so much, they are happy. So when you let your success do this speaking, you don't have to argue with them. Just tell them that, I'm sorry, I will do it. I'm sorry, I'll do it. By the time your success will come, it will be like win-win stuff. So please don't wait for me. And I know that one thing about we Nigerians is that we are always lazy. Like, we don't want to do anything. You don't want us to just to bring it for us and apply. It's like, as we are here now, I know what some person wants is that Jacobi and come and tell me that, okay, hello guy, apply to Oxford. There's scholarship there. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to try to do some little research on yourself, like if it's going to work out, and if it's work out, fine. And if it doesn't work out, fine. I may a rejection. So even when you are getting rejection, you'll be happy that, at least you know that you are getting close, that your application is being viewed. If you get admission without funding, you're like, at least you are getting close. You get admission without funding. The first day I got admission, I was like, which means that I'm even qualified to even go to an international school. You get? So please, the stuff is always available. I don't know if you're on Opportunities Corner, the platform I said I opened in. We have 2 groups. We can't open another group again. And you just have 2 groups for now. So if you have friends, I know that some of your classmates are on the platform, so they can always do well probably to share some of this information to your class page. Do you understand? And I actually left your class page then because I left some pages because probably some of them were complaining. Maybe I was Jacobia still in our platform. So, and I don't have anything to do there actually. So I was just like to pass information, but now I'm not even ready to get back to any platform for now. So please, if you have any friends there, so they can always assist you to get this information as to when the sharing of information. I always share some info. Any ones I got, I always share them. I shared them on my status before, but now it's no more on my status. It's always on the group chats. And also for MS and PhD application, like, can't you apply for PhD directly? Yes, you can apply for PhD directly. But what we always think like is that if you're applying for a PhD, if you're applying for a PhD, definitely that one is not maybe your research interest must be there, your GRE must be there, GRE, publication, experience, it has to come together. But mind you, most of the scholarship comes with PhD, and the requirements, the prerequisite for PhD, if you are using your MS to apply for a PhD directly, it's always 5 years. So you can also try the PhD out too. But mind you, even before you try all that out, you can just try to write to the department, you can write to the department, you can write to the potential supervisor, and you can also write to the international school too. Like all schools always have international advisor. I always write to them and probably ask for some advice. That's okay, should you put in for undergrad, for MS or PhD? They're always loving, like, you always want to reply to your mail. So yeah, that's just that about the CV aspect of it. You can still do something, like, it's not too late. Like, even if it's just 2 months that you've got, it's not too late. Our paper program that I will finish our workshop, then everything that we plan is not up to like 3 months or 4 months now. and we're running a 100 days campaign. Yeah, for everyone that have actually participated in the volunteering session or actually attended the session, it's also a good stuff for them to put on the CV. That, okay, they're able to participate in the energy aspects, energy workshop, and it was a great stuff. We've been running a kind of 100 days campaign now, so it will probably end by August 9 or so. So, you can also take courses, that that it will also assist you. It's always advisable for you to take extra courses, like maybe like programming. Depends on your interest, any interest that you want to go to. If you are in engineering and you want to go into health sector, or if you're in engineering and you want to go into music, you might be loving that. I met someone that was doing pharmacy, and she was like, I want to go for my master's in music. So yeah. So if you are a kind of person like that, you need to take some courses that the person, by the time you send a message, even by the time you yourself read it, you know that, oh, it's like I'm getting close, like I'm sellable. So it's not like, hey, they should be able to pass me now. No, don't say that they should be able to pass you. Just say that, okay, they should this one should do. Definitely don't see yourself as local champion. See yourself that you want to compete with others. You are competing with thousands of persons. You can imagine the people that graduated upper year. Okay, for NAWA scholarship, the Poland one, when they were applying for this year's application, they said any graduate below 2018 cannot apply again. You get 2018. So which means that for 2022 application, any graduate below 2019 cannot apply again. So as things are moving up, so they are just pushing everyone away. So you want to get quick, try lay your hands on stuff on time. So yeah, I think I've been able to answer your question. Yeah. So yeah, for the group chats, I would like to read it out for our people that will be watching the video later on. It's a okay. I will. Okay, please go on. Okay, sorry. Okay, this one is saying for Mr. Joseph that is taking the the Erasmus Mundus, say, hello everyone, I'm Joseph, a graduate student of University of Ibadan. I'm a current Erasmus Mundus scholar. It's so nice to be here. Yeah. So for questions, it says some scholarship requires writing motivation letter and shed more light on that. So it's saying any question can be directed. So now, me, Oladeji, I don't think, Mr. Oladeji, I don't think I've seen a scholarship that waives writing a motivation letter. Okay, it's Mr. Oladeji that asked that question. I don't think I've seen a scholarship that waives writing a motivation letter. Yes, it's a must do. You need a medium to communicate your interests and the reason you feel you are the best candidate to be considered for the scholarship opportunity. This is where a compelling motivation letter comes to play. Yes, exactly. Like me now, like the department I'm going to, we've never met in our life. We've never seen them. They don't know my age, probably. Maybe when I was filling my application, they don't know me. It's what I wrote. Like even if you go and meet someone to write it for you, they won't know. They will just believe that this trust is just there. That okay, they are the one that actually did it. So they believe in you. So now it's another person asks that. So motivation letter is very important. Motivation letter, statement of purpose, that's what we communicate you. For instance, I think I've heard of someone that went to study medicine, and they asked that, okay, why do you study medicine? The person said that in the community that there was a kind of disease outbreak, and it killed so many of them. It killed some of his family too. So since that time, he has been willing to go to study to be a medical doctor, so as to be able to provide health, maybe like health care to people in the rural community or the less privileged. No, that's a good motivation. You get. So now you can be like, okay, I'm studying mechanical or I'm studying engineering because most of the food materials that maybe most of the food material do get spoiled. So I want to know how to process it. If your own stuff can be different to others. So another person hacked that. I study computer science in my hand is and that be included in the process like you did. Okay, yeah, exactly. You can include it like You can include your ND. In fact, they will even ask you that any of your post-secondary school that you should include it. But if you are including it, definitely you'll be sending an official transcript from that school too. So you must have a kind of your transcripts, and after that, you also send an official transcript. So you want to fashion that in it. So it's always good if you can put that together. So what's it called? Someone also asked a message. I think this message was sent directly. Please don't send a direct message to the to Mr. Joseph. Okay. Someone asked, he said he graduated with a 2-1 as well. So, however, Erasmus Mundus Scholarship is a monumentally competitive scholarship. I'm not here to scare you, so you need to add other relevant value to your 2-1. Publications, volunteering, experiences, professional work, experience, massive open online courses. Yeah. Remember, you have many first-class rules to battle with. Extra oil is key. Yeah, like we have. I went to my former school then, and when I got there, I met one of the lecturer, and the lecturer was like, "I even want to leave. I want to go for my PhD." Like, man, you lectured me during my OND. I saying he has been applying to, so which means that it's high level of resources. So you need to actually put everything together. So okay, Mr. Alabi, can you restructure your question properly? Is not explicit. Okay. He said, okay, I think he is asking that can certificate from another profession be included in CV or application as the case may be? Yes, you can actually include it. That's very possible. Like you can include them. It's always advisable. And you also want to put some things. You also want to put some applications together for you also want to put some applications together that will make you to be above others. You don't just want to be as if you're just applying without your little certificate. Maybe you just want stuff. So that's what you want it to be. So yeah, I believe we've tried to exhaust all the question, and that it has been a wonderful session. So it's been more than 3 hours. So now you can always check it up on YouTube. I'll try to post the link probably later on my LinkedIn page. But if for eventually you don't see it on the LinkedIn page, you can just always check it out. You can just type Olamide Dudola or Dudola Olamide on YouTube. It will take you there. So I wish everyone a successful what's it called? Application, a successful journey in our life. To the ones that are in school, don't even after money for now. Don't even after you later on. So please try as much as possible. To not to get carried away with the things that is going on. So yeah, Mr. Daniel Ifemeke, you're welcome. I think we can all unmute ourselves now and just say 1 or 2 words before we go. If you have anything to say, you can now unmute yourself. Yeah, we are done with the session. You can now unmute yourself now. You can unmute yourself, but you don't want to unmute yourself. Okay.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Olamide, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate the information.
Thank you.
So, thanks a lot.
So yeah, we can all leave now. Thank you.
Thank you.